In the top stories, Prime Minister Drew says Taiwan trip brings tangible benefits for the Federation. Prime Minister to host press conference on Tuesday. And Honorable Samuel Duggins addresses the nation for Global Entrepreneurship Week. The details on these stories and more after the break. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew says his official visit to the Republic of China, Taiwan last week will bring tangible benefits to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. In an interview on ZIZ TV, Prime Minister Drew said through his meetings with various Taiwan officials, the country was able to secure Taiwan's assistance in the construction of a new hospital, which he said would be built at a new location.
From all the experts and all the consultants I've spoken to, they've agreed that building on virgin land is the best option. It is more cost effective and it gives us an opportunity to really build a smart hospital, meaning climate smart, ICT smart, and so forth, and in a new area, which will be much easier to build, as mentioned before, and gives us the opportunity to build a hospital for the 21st century.
He said there were also discussions about sending a team from Taiwan to the Federation to assist in the development of a national health insurance policy.
Taiwan, has an excellent national health insurance program, and that program has been very successful for a number of years. And so they have become experts at this. And that is the type of expertise that we are seeking as we now seek to embark on implementing our universal healthcare system, more specifically our national health insurance policy.
The Prime Minister said there were also talks about expanding on the number and types of scholarships offered to St. Kitts and Nevis.
We also discussed, as you know, more scholarships at the tertiary level, but we also discussed, Jason, the technical side of it, so that we can send our people to do a course in refrigeration, AC maintenance, auto mechanic, critical areas that are needed to help us to continue to build our country, and so that people can be certified in these technical fields.
Other areas where Taiwan is providing assistance include agriculture, climate resilience, and strengthening grants for women in small business. Prime Minister Drew led a national delegation to Taiwan from the 5th to the 11th of November. Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew will address several matters of national interest when he hosts a press conference on Tuesday, the 15th of November, at the Royal Ballroom of the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. The Prime Minister is expected to be joined by the Cabinet of Ministers. The event is being held to mark 100 days in office for the new administration, and the Prime Minister is expected to address several topics and lay out plans for the future. Tuesday's press conference begins at 3 p.m. and will be carried live on ZIZ radio, television, and social media pages. Minister of Small Business and Entrepreneurship Honorable Samuel Duggins officially launched Global Entrepreneurship Week GEW 2022 with an address on Monday. Minister Duggins explained the GEW 2022 theme, Building Forward Better, creating equality and equity through entrepreneurship.
Global Entrepreneurship Week once again seeks to highlight the work that champions of startup enterprises are doing around the world to minimize barriers and obstacles for entrepreneurs by maximizing inclusion. This theme celebrates diversity in all forms, including women and youth in entrepreneurship, and is focused on ensuring that entrepreneurial activities become a mainstream economic building block.
He said this week's celebration is of great significance and reiterated the government's commitment to the Federation's entrepreneurs.
Global Entrepreneurship Week 2022 is significant for St. Kitts and Nevis, as we have seen the continued resurgence of the micro, small, and medium enterprise sector through innovation, training, and strategic partnerships. My ministry, and by extension the government, is committed to the continued development of the sector, as we fully understand that small businesses are not only the driver for growth, but also the lifeblood of the economy. Through the activities and support programs of the Small Business Development Center, we will continue to provide the necessary technical assistance, which is vital for growth and development of the sector.
Minister Duggins also used the opportunity to commend all national entrepreneurs and eco-support partners as they enter a week of planned activities for Global Entrepreneurship Week. The Ministry of Entrepreneurship and Small Business is hosting several activities to commemorate Global Entrepreneurship Week. Senior Business Advisor in the Ministry, Delwayne Delaney, said one of the high points of the week will be a panel discussion on ZIZ surrounding cannabis as a business called Cannabis.
We recognize that within the industry, more and more persons are getting involved in it. It is more talked about, and we get the feel that this is something that will be on stream shortly. So in an effort to better prepare our locals for the industry and where they can see themselves tapping into the industry, we created came up with the idea of a cannabis forum where we will touch on every aspect of the industry to ensure that our locals are well prepared.
He said there will also be a small business expo on Friday.
The expo is just basically to showcase small businesses, to highlight them, to celebrate them, to get them more connected within the whole entrepreneurship framework. So we're inviting the general public to come on out, even if you're not to purchase anything, but just to feel out, to see what businesses that we have on stream, and to network as well. So it's a great chance for networking for not only business to business, but also business to consumers.
Other activities include a press statement on Wednesday morning at the ICT Center, an agribusiness forum for farmers focusing on digitalization, export readiness and innovation, and site visits to young entrepreneurs. After the break, ZIZ receives award at Sugar Mass Awards, and Canada supports UN Office on Drugs and Crime workshop in St. Kitts and Nevis. Stay with us.
Elevate your experience with Flow's fiber-fast internet and mobile combined. Enjoy double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines, plus up to 35 megabits per second home internet speed at the best rate, giving you the best value to stay connected. Hon, I think our Flow mobile is elevated.
You think?
An elevated experience starts with Flow at home, powering double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines at the best rate. Visit a Flow store to sign up today.
Fresh Look Paint and Tiles said, give your home a fresh look with a fresh coat of paint and a fresh set of tiles. From Holtzwood's Building and Evil Center's 25% off Fresh Look Paint and Tiles sales event. Yes, come to Holtzwood's Building and Evil Centers today and get fresh savings of 25% off all paints and tiles store-wide. Come and give your home a fresh new look with fresh savings and fresh new colors. Fresh new piles of tiles in all styles with a fresh 25% off store-wide on all paints and tiles at Holtzwood's Building and Evil Center. Give your home a fresh start with a fresh new look with fresh new colors, fresh new piles of tiles in all styles, and fresh quality paint at Horswood's Building and Evil Center. Fresh Look 25% off paints and tiles sales event. See store for details.
Welcome back. ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation has received the Steward of Carnival Award at the recently held Sugar Mass Awards. More in this report.
The Steward of Carnival Award is given to individuals and entities for consistent and exemplary assistance to the production and promotion of National Carnival. Acting General Manager of ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, Veer Galloway, spoke with host of Carnival Buzz, Scotticia Hendrickson, about how the media house has contributed to Carnival over the years.
61 years is a lot of years. Carnival is 51 years. So we've contributed in many, many ways. We've gave them ideas of certain things that they can do. We also promote the Calypsonians and the Carnival Queens on various shows that we had during the Carnival. We also brought the shows live for people in the diaspora could see. And ZIZ played an integral part in Carnival. And not only then, but still we are making that contribution to Carnival.
Meanwhile, the Carnival Committee has described the Sugar Mass Awards as a success. Held on Saturday night at the Marriott Resort, the awards honored persons and groups who have contributed significantly to Carnival over the years. In delivering brief remarks, Minister responsible for Carnival, the Honourable Samuel Duggins, spoke of the impact Carnival has had on national development, particularly the economy.
As a result of Carnival, they are far-reaching and tremendous. Considering the vendors, hotels, the bars, the restaurant, the taxi men, and all of our creatives. It is this time of year when our overseas nationals all come home in large numbers and inject much needed foreign currency into our economy. And I do believe that with the new addition to the committee of a representative from the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, whose intention is to drive the international marketing of Carnival, I am sure that we will undoubtedly rebound to even greater economic gains.
The awards were presented in various categories. Among them was the Gold Standard. That award provides special recognition to an individual who has rendered meritorious service to National Carnival on a continual basis throughout his or her lifetime and at various levels. The award was presented to Elston Elimat Nero, Claudette Polly Manchester, Derek V. Freights, Stanley Franks Jr., and Agnes Skerrett. Other recipients of the Steward of Carnival Award alongside ZIZ were Sidney Osborne, Dr. Vernon Vera, Rudy Morton, Alistair Williams, Clement Monarch O'Garrow, Sylvester Anthony, Noah Mills, Cynthia Hull, Antonio Abernathy Liberd, Leona Warner Matthew, Osdell Scotty Hanley, Cara Brewery St. Kitts and Nevis Limited, and Anthony Eibel. Jason Davis for ZIZ News.
Canada, in collaboration with the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, the Regional Security System Asset Recovery Unit, and the Government of St. Kitts and Nevis, is supporting the delivery of a national workshop to combat trade-based money laundering. The week-long training aims to raise awareness of the public security threats stemmed from trade-based money laundering and strengthen the capacities of local law enforcement and prosecutorial authorities to detect, investigate, and prosecute money laundering through trade more effectively. 19 law enforcement and criminal justice officials are participating in the workshop, which began on November 14th in Bastia. The workshop in St. Kitts and Nevis is part of the Combating Trade-Based Money Laundering and Cash Smuggling in Latin America and the Caribbean project, a $2.7 million Canada-funded initiative implemented by the UNODC Global Program Against Money Laundering. The 5-year project is expected to increase the capacity of customs officials and law enforcement agencies to prevent, detect, investigate, and contribute to the prosecution of customs or revenue fraud, trade-based money laundering, and money laundering via free trade zones across the Caribbean and Latin America. The initiative further reflects a mutual commitment by partners Canada, St. Kitts and Nevis, the Regional Security System, and UNODC to enhance security and cooperation throughout the region. The project, launched in 2018, reaches 13 beneficiary countries in the Caribbean and Central America. The Nevis Solid Waste Management Authority partnered with the St. Kitts and Nevis Solid Waste Management and Recycling Project as it enters the bin placement program, which is in its second phase of operation. Project manager Joyce Chang, who was in Nevis on Thursday, November 10th, to place recycling bins at 10 locations, said it was a pleasure to be in Nevis to work with the hotels, restaurants, and one school to set up the recycling bins. During the visit, Ms. Chang shared how to recycle and what can and cannot be recycled. The project manager explained that project driver Franklin Rogers would be picking up all the properly sorted recyclable material every Wednesday to take it to the landfill, where a baler is now in operation. She thanked all stakeholders who have also partnered with the recycling project by having the recycling bins placed at their properties. The 3-year US $1 million St. Kitts and Nevis Solid Waste Management and Recycling Project, which runs from July 29, 2021 to July 28, 2024, is being executed jointly by the Federal Ministry of Sustainable Development, Environment and Climate Action and the Taiwan Technical Mission in St. Kitts and Nevis. Locations where the bins are placed are Four Seasons Resort, Golden Rock Hotel, Nevis International Secondary, Lime Beach Bar, Montpelier Beach Bar, Montpelier Plantation Inn, and Oahu Beach Resort. Staff and students of the St. Paul's Primary School embarked on a week of activities entitled the Great Kindness Challenge, which runs from Monday, November 14th to Friday, November 18th. Guidance counselor and organizer of the week, Charmaine Williams, said the week seeks to encourage healthy interpersonal relationships.
I start with simple things with the children. Let nice things come out of their mouth. And then they go to action, as simple as a smile. I say you meet persons, you smile, the greetings, the pleasant greetings, the politeness. As I practice these things, everything else will fall into place as they're loving and being caring.
Ms. Williams went on to recommend ways in which an individual may practice the virtue of kindness.
As we are having some challenges at this time, I'm encouraging the students to be positive. So as such, Sunday the 13th November would have been World Kindness Day, so I decided to celebrate the week and encourage the students to practice kindness just for this, not this week, but going forward.
Ms. Williams emphasized that Kindness Week is not only for the students but also the staff at the St. Paul's Primary, and encourages the staff to practice kindness as the students model what they see and hear. The week launched with an activity named Kick It Into Gear and Help Someone Near, an activity aimed at inspiring the older students to help the younger ones. Throughout the week, students will demonstrate acts of kindness to themselves and others through compliments, eating healthy snacks, inviting a new friend to play, engaging in random acts of kindness, and refraining from negative name calling. Coming up in regional news, ECCB outlines economic outlook. The details when we come back.